What's up, gang? Hold on. We gotta make sure all the sound is ready, set, and yeah. Yeah. Give me one quick second, guys. We're gonna do a quick little sound check. I don't know which page is premiering this. But sure. There we go. There's one. Picture's clear. Oh, audio's clear, picture's clear. I'm gonna check the other one and then we'll get started. In the meantime, in between time, um, let's talk empathy, laws, game, and Charlie Kirk is his name. Sorry. Yep. We're good to go on Facebook. All right. So everybody's got its sound bites. Everybody's sound is good. Everybody's picture is clear. I may not be able to see your comments, but still leave them. If you don't know where you are. No, before that, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Grab your chapstick, grab your water. And yeah, I have something to say. Welcome to Gregory the Podcast. I'm your gracious and no longer humble host, Gregory. And let's get into the shenanigans that are at play today. All right, so today's biggest topic is this whole Charlie Kirk thing. And yeah, I tried to do some other research on Charlie to be fair, if you will. Um, Not that I don't think my first opinion was a fair assessment because it absolutely was, but to be quite frank with you, um, I didn't write today's episode based on him alone. I wrote it based on the responses we're receiving. Um, Obviously, there's a lot of people who are just like, whatever, okay, he's gone, da da da. There's a lot of people who are trying to therapize this by saying we like lack emotional people, the public, lacks emotional empathy or I've even seen people take it as far and as deep to say moral compassion. And the other part is the other groups are just saying, he was a man of God. How dare we? We shall meet our demise for celebrating his downfall. As a psychic medium, and I know this isn't like the page that I usually do this on, but as a psychic medium, I quite literally don't ever get to say this to people, or at least not enough. You literally could have prevented your own death here. I know we want to have some ounce of empathy and compassion for the person, and two things can be true. Yeah, he leaves behind small children and a wife. That's sad. That's unfortunate. They have to grow up without a father. That is sad. That fact is sad. That is unfortunate. However, your family, I'm sure of your wife, knew who she had married, knew what games. And if you didn't know, you were benefiting from the games that were at play. Here's the thing, that man has been on tour. And if you don't know anything about tours make money based on, obviously there's a lot of money that is put into a tour that has to go out first, but they make a lot of money based on shows. This is why we count ticket sales, appearances, how many people, how much are we packing a facility out, right? So this is somebody who's been on tour, speaking tours for the last couple of years, and was just gearing up to start his next. This was like one of the like first shows of his college tour for this year, or going into this school semester, and it's so interesting because I want to be fair. I do. But my fairness is this is stupid. This conversation is stupid. It really is. One of my mutuals on TikTok actually made a very valid point. Whereas people are trying to be like, "You guys are celebrating." No one's celebrating, right? I haven't seen one person really celebrating. I just see people saying, "Niggas die every day, b." Um, Nobody's celebrating, but at the same time, like they made a very valid point. They were like, if this had been the big three, President Obama, President Biden, or Vice President Kamala Harris, y'all would throw parades in the fucking streets. And they're true. Two things can be true at once is that the moral compassion that you were hoping that we would have for a man that literally, quite literally, made his money saying, I hate you people. He literally made dollars and cents on saying, I hate you, you're stupid, come debate me. I'm sorry. Of course, the people don't feel bad. Of course, the people don't feel bad. They don't have it in them. You cannot. This is it's almost the like I want it's the same level of insanity that like goes on in Batman. And I want you hold on for a second. It's literally like the Joker doing something, getting blown up in a fucking thing, getting blown up by a building, and going to his own funeral and being like, what? No flowers? No roses? What do you mean? Right? Why are you confused? You literally made your money in hate speech. What are we talking about here? We're talking about somebody whose literal platform that he used, like to, yes, he was a conservative. I'm not saying that all conservatives are bad people. I don't know all of them. I don't really care to, but Shorty made his money in hate speech. Like that was his bread and butter. Like I don't. His bread and butter was going to colleges and like debating trans students of their life, calling their existence invalid, what they believe a lie, and saying that they were lying to other people, basically challenging their moral character every single day. And now you're upset because people don't want to mourn with you. What you all are going to see as this new regime or people connected to this new regime have similar instances is you're not going to see the woe is me. You're not going to see, oh, this saddens me. Oh, this is heartbreaking. What you're going to see is a lot of I told you so. Because again, these are people who built platforms based on hate rhetoric, hate speech, bullying. So, of course, the people that, and it's so funny because you all have built these platforms on hate speech, bullying, and rhetoric, and all of these kinds of things. But the people who are directly affected, not even those people that you want to hate, not even the people that you are targeting, grouping together to hate publicly, the people who are really affected by the people who are sitting here honestly getting shot at every day are the people who they were ministering to. Shorty, Charlie, literally got up there and said, and I'm going to paraphrase it because it's a wild statement, anyways, that the cost of keeping our Second Amendment rights may be a few unfortunate deaths. You literally, you said that about a child, like a school shooting. I'm sorry. You said the cost of keeping our Second Amendment rights was a few unfortunate deaths. And now people are literally battling the girls out on Facebook comments and statuses about how we are godless people or compassionless people. How is you cool? Are you? And here's where I really want to take it to. If Charlie truly felt that way and you all were supporters of Charlie Kirk and he truly felt that in order to keep our Second Amendment right, there's a few unfortunate deaths that had to occur. If you truly rode for that man, why are you under people's motherfucking statuses and saying you lack moral compassion? You should feel sorry. Your leader died for a cause he believed in. My man's died for a cause he believed in. Hmm? He's one of the unfortunate deaths so that we can have the Second Amendment rights. Or is that not what he was talking about? Look at the locks just being unruly. Is that not what he was talking about? Is he not one of the unfortunate souls that had to perish so we could keep the rights? Is that not what happened? Not the viewer count dropping. Am I right or am I right? There is no wrong here. I'm so serious though. Like, I'm so very serious. Like, we y'all are telling. I want to tell you guys a story. I'm gonna detour for a second. I'm gonna tell you guys a story. Um, and it's about the weaponizing of empathy and compassion when things happen, because for a lot of people, they don't mind you having compassion or empathy, long as it's on someone they deem worthy. Um, Many moons ago, I had a friend, and his friend was studying to be like an EMT or whatever at the time. I think she's gone on to do that. Congrats to her, whatever. But at the time, Bobby Christina had just OD'd or whatever the situation was, suicide, OD, whatever. And, a couple of us were sharing, heartfelt messages or whatever we felt online on the Facebook. And I just remember her commenting under one of my statuses about Bobby Christina and how it's sad and, whatever, whatever. And saying, I don't understand how you guys could have so much empathy for like a drug addict, da 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 da, whoopty 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 whoop. Hmm. And at that time, I hadn't grown much, but I think it was fair. I still stand by this decision today, just in case it's unclear. At that time, I began to unpack online how, like, you call your mother by her first name and she's quite literally a racist, and your stepfather's a weird motherfucker. Since you lack compassion, that about your family coming out shouldn't jolt you, but it did. It upset her and her cousin. And I said, that's the point. See, what I was supposed to have compassion for your family secrets. Their family secrets are out online, and someone took their life because of the pressures of dealing with, yes, that my parents are this to society, but also I have to stand in this light of society. The fact that we couldn't have empathy for a girl that was like that, but now you all have turned it around and said we've either lost our moral compass, no longer have like an emotional capacity, or that we are godless people. That is emotional manipulation. That is trying to regulate how somebody or who someone should be empathetic for. uh I can be sad for the enemy, but that doesn't mean I'm going to show up to their goddamn funeral. Sorry. And that's what it gives here. A lot of you would love for us to still throw flowers on the enemy's grave. Sweetheart, I don't know if you know this, but the enemy that y'all are caping for, who y'all are saying we should be compassionate for, quite literally made a career saying he would spit on us. I don't literally just say this as a member of like the LGBT community, but I say this because there's often this misconception of gun rights when it comes to certain communities, or how guns should be. And that's another thing, seeing you fucking coons backing this play. Sweetheart, guns in your hands is considered gang activity. If you are brown bag or darker, it's gang activity as soon as we put a weapon in your hand. And for the communities who think that that doesn't apply to you, that the things that Charlie talks about didn't apply to you because you're Hispanic, you're Latino, Latina, Latinx, or from the outlying Caribbean countries, or even from the motherland. You're African, but you're not African American. Whatever your little tidbits and nitpicks, and I don't fit this group. What they do to the least of us, they will do to the rest of you. This is somebody who literally had a seat at the table. You want us to feel bad for somebody who literally, a lot of us can't get into the rooms to voice our opinion and say, hey, we need some restrictions. You sat at the table with the people you help pick some of the people who are in positions now at the table. At best, on my greatest day, I can say this was friendly fire. He died for a cause. This was friendly fire. It's so funny because I absolutely shouldn't be saying he died for a cause on September 11th. Sir, you died for a cause. Show empathy. He believed he bitch. He talked that shit. He walked that shit. Okay. If anything, that's how y'all need to give it up for Charlie. Charlie was willing to die about his and did. He took a bullet to the neck because you didn't think that there were any problem with weapons or access to weapons or the people who had access to the weapons. You thought that the issue was guns don't kill people, people kill people. No, people with guns kind of ah mm, ah. And again, you sat at the table with the people. Again, you're sitting with a current sitting president. You shake hands, you lollygag with a current sitting president who also has had an assassination attempt. Call me a liar, but that's what Shorty said happened to him. He said it was assassin. He said one of the girls tried to take him out the game, clip his ear and everything. And you mean to tell me y'all didn't think to put no restrictions up? So let's run it back. Excuse me. You sit at the table, you sit at the hem, you sit at the rim. You are at the brim, huh? You filling your Cardi B bag, you the brim sets right now, right? Your president, the sitting president, has had an assassination attempt. The CEO or something of United Healthcare was gunned down on the streets. And baby, they caught you at a rally. What do you want me to say? Like, what do you want me to say? It's not funny. It's ironic. What do you want me to say? What do we say? What do we say? I'm one of those people like when some shit's not adding up, they say, bitch, this is one plus one. This is you said the answer's nine. I'm debating with you that it's two. You said I'm a damn fool. You're right. Now you again, these are three events that have happened. What makes you think that there wouldn't I it's not a hope for his cause. It's not a but if anything, he died for a cause. Sweets, that's the best I can say. This wasn't foul play. This how they give it up at rallies. Like, bitch, didn't they catch JFK in the car? Riding down the street. United Healthcare was walking to a meeting. Y'all better up your security. Y'all better up your security. What do you mean? What are we talking about here? Like, why are we in confusion? Why are we? And then the rest of y'all out there talking about, oh, I just can't believe you feel this way. Ah, you got to feel what? Feel what? Shorty, you sat at the table where they make the laws that you in the rooms where they make the laws that, huh? You quite literally could have prevented your death. What the fuck is we talking about? Y'all are emotionally like weaponizing empathy, and this is why the people don't have it. This is why the public don't have it. It's because y'all have done all this emotional empathizing or weaponizing of this empathy and pulling together your sources, pulling together so that it's not it. It's not the games. It's not it. It's not the games. It's not the games. It's not the tea. The things are not adding up anymore. It no longer makes sense. Y'all want to, hey, 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 I can hold your hand when I say this. Uh, huh, sister, brother, ah, brother, they, them. First off, he gone. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, sorrows, sorrows. Um, hmm, I don't know what else you want me to say. He made his money saying, come debate me about your life existence. I just know there couldn't be women backing him. Sweetheart, your second steps literally a coin toss away from being property with value no higher than that of a cow. NRA, y'all need to hang up to the gun people. Y'all need to hang a picture of him in the gun societies. Papa died for a cause. He died for what he believed in. I don't know another way to like put the security parameters were right there. The security measures were right there. That's what you all don't see while y'all are concerned with people having empathy and how we should feel and how we should move and how we're not moving or not feeling enough. The security measures were right there. The security measures were right there. But see, when you play a lot of stupid fucking games, why wasn't there a sweep? Where was the security teams? Like what are we talking about here? You couldn't possibly truly believe and thought in your mind that you were out there doing the Lord's work. If they were willing to take out a sitting acting president, how do you think you're not? You, like, what is your composition to this as a speaker, as a public speaker? Yeah, because you're not focused on your safety. You're focused on the fuck shit coming out your mouth. And that's where we are in the world, where we're at that fuck around and find out stage. And a lot of y'all are finding out that the fucking around you did is getting you fucked. Play pussy get fucked. And that's exactly what's happened here. You couldn't possibly think that your chest, your might, your exuberance was bigger than that of a sitting president, the CEO of United Healthcare. You couldn't get got, you couldn't be touched. One of them was a fake touching, but the point was you couldn't be touched. Please, you've gotten got. And now here we are debating on whether we should laugh or cry. No one's laughing. We're just saying the security measures were right there. You sat at the table in which you could have made the security measures, but you played a lot of games. And now ding dong, ring the bell, run it up. This is your prize. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there. That's what I had to say on the situation. If I got something else to talk about, I'll come back. We gonna leave Charlie right here. Girl, fuck Charlie. Bye now.